Hey guys, clearing my throat. This is a little bit of a different video. I'm doing a reactions video to old videos I uploaded a long time ago now. Mind you, a lot of these are poor videos, like my first stop motion race I ever did. I'm going to go ahead and start it. Here I didn't have a mic. 25. I swear I change the location for this track every time I do a stop motion on this track. Well, since I stopped doing stop motion every time I used to do a stop motion on this track. And I still remember these customs, all these cars I used to have. I had no Lionel cars at this time, except for old 2012 cars. I'm not going to watch the starting lineup, because that's boring. Yeah, most of this is obnoxious. And when I look back at this, when I first made it, I was like, yeah, it's alright. I remember I rushed it, but now looking back on it, it's... I don't know. I didn't understand that you couldn't be biased. And I'll admit, I was a little bit biased towards Jimmie Johnson this race. It was the only thing. Fun fact: I'm a Jimmie Johnson fan, and this is the only thing in my entire channel that he's actually won. Because after this race, somebody commented how biased I was about Jimmie Johnson. Basically, he made it 3 wide twice, and apparently him being bad at road courses has something to do with it. But after that, I've been afraid to make Jimmie Johnson win anything, because I'm afraid people are going to tell me I'm biased. So far, he's won nothing besides this. It's my old custom. For some reason, I decided it would be a good idea to make myself race. This was me being lazy, wanting to skip a lap. I do that a lot. You see, here's where I was biased. Like, he passes 4 cars on the front stretch. Come on. Keep in mind I was a lot younger and didn't understand the way the world was supposed to work. This track is old. It has been remade a couple times. Still works. Oh no, Greg Biffle loses an engine. That's definitely what it looks like when you lose an engine. See, there's a wreck here, I think. Oh, yep. I was pretty bad at doing wrecks, too. I had ideas of the way. I think this was supposed to be a red flag. I did this really poorly. Okay, I guess. Oh, look, there's Jimmie Johnson making it 3 wide again. Yep. It's pretty embarrassing to go back and look at this to realize how easy I made it for him. Because, look, he's already up in, like, about to pass second. Ooh. Oh, no. That's Michael Annett. This was a totally fictional paint scheme because I didn't feel like making that Flying J car. Oh no, another wreck. This is me wasting more time. At the time, I hated Kyle Busch and Joey Logano because I was like 13. So, I also didn't like Kurt Busch either. I just made all the drivers I didn't like wreck. Here's Jimmie Johnson making it 3 wide again, and then it gets really choppy because this is the end of the race. This is like at 9:30, and my mom is screaming, "Matthew, go to bed." And I'm like, Mom, just 10 more minutes. So, oh, and there's a whole wreck with cars flipping over at a road course. And, of course, Jimmie Johnson wins. Now, mind you, I made this, again, when I was 13. I didn't understand how things worked. And now I know this simply won't work. Did that burn out? And everything else, but that's pretty bad. So I'm just going to come back with a different video. Alright, so this was a little bit of an interesting one. This is a 20-lap race, and it only lasted about 4 minutes. Because it's such a tiny track. There's an ad. This stop motion was a little bit smoother. This was a little bit smoother. Still pretty choppy, as you can see. But I enjoyed making this race. This was a lot of fun to make. This is when I had fun doing stop motion. And I wasn't near as biased for Jimmie Johnson in this race. As a matter of fact, I didn't make him do too good. Is that poor Michael Annett fake car losing another engine. Or that was Greg Biffle that lost an engine last time. Here I let the customs have some glory. Decided if Jimmie Johnson won't do good, then his teammate will. I don't know why, it's just doing the stop motion thing just became a chore for me eventually, and I kind of didn't want to do it anymore. Which stinks, but, I still have a few of my old tracks. Okay, yeah, I made a car flip, and there goes half the field. Yeah, it basically sums up Instagram diecast series today. I still had fun doing it. I still have some tracks. I've got Allen, I've got that road course. This track has been trashed. I have a Watkins Glen work in progress up on my wall, but I have no more cardboard to do it with. I still have Arlington. I will never destroy that track. That track is my child. I took so much consideration into building that track. It's not a reaction video. This is really me just reminiscing on when I had fun doing this, and I really wish I could go back, but I know I'm too lazy and I won't be committed, which sucks. I mean, I wish I were like Aflac Cup Series. That guy's Gino's going to college, and he's still doing this, which I admire him for that. I wish I had the determination, the perseverance, I guess you could say, to keep doing. I wasn't lazy because I tend to procrastinate. And diecast series, I've had signups like 3 times and I never follow through. I will say if I ever do I liked this because I made him have actual damage. I was pretty proud of myself for that. But if I ever do plan on doing a diecast series, I'm not doing signups again. I'm going to keep the old roster. That was my favorite custom at the time. I was so proud of that 40 custom, that number 40. Of course, it only took 2. Yeah, I mean, I might do a race. It won't probably be a really short race, but I don't know. I looked at it as more sure. Green flag, woo! I believe I added commentary to this race and never uploaded it. There was a version of it with commentary. I probably should have counted the laps. I probably didn't get all the way to 20 laps. You see how shaky the camera is, but this was my second ever stop motion that I did complete and uploaded. The lighting chain, that was the first onboard camera I did, which is surprisingly the one that looks the best in my opinion. That was a really wonky spin. That looks weird. Okay. This comes in and gets tires. Is this a green-white checker? Is this the last restart? I don't know. I probably should have put it. I believe I made Landon Castle win this race. It was nice to see an underdog. I wanted to see an underdog win, and if it wasn't going to happen in real life, it was going to happen in a diecast series. It was pretty fun to make this. I think that's the finish right there. Yeah, that is. Now, I overdo the burnout just a little bit here. Yeah, just a little bit. New finishing results. I'll come back with another old video. Now, this one was quite the experience. To do. It was a lot different. My little brothers had a lot of Halo Mega Bloks sets, and they wanted me to do a stop motion on that. So I said, why not? It'll be an experience. I'll try something new. And I was pretty proud of the way this went. This was an accident. I did not mean for that to freeze for 7 seconds. I did not edit that frame. Excuse the ad. Did not mean for it to freeze again there. It's very interesting the way I did this thing. Here that was supposed to be him with I didn't have a radio prop. This is something I was proud of. I was really happy with the way that went. Not that specifically, but that. I liked that. I just wanted to get rid of that guy there. If anybody knows this thing, I think it was called the AGR in Black Ops 2. This thing wreaked havoc. I hated it. I was happy with this. I thought that was awesome when I did it. This was fun to do. It was a pain in the rear end, though. Here I just started killing everything because I needed to get it all done. That's it. Back with this race. This is arguably one of the most popular races I've ever released. I'm not going to watch the whole thing because it's pretty long, but this was the first stop motion I did that was actually half decent. I had some pretty decent stop motion in it. Now, the start was shaky. I was disappointed in that. There were a couple of shots that looked really good. The lighting is weird the entire time this race. For those who didn't know, that old track I have... What track was this? What track did this even become? Shoot, I don't even remember. Did it become Allen? Oh, I remember. Yeah, this track evolved into something pretty amazing. Unfortunately, it got destroyed. I even got a catch fence and lights on it. You'll see old pictures of it on my old Instagram. I might even upload those eventually, but there were some really cool things this track turned into. I was super depressed. This is a cool shot right here. I really liked this. You could see the Goodyear logos turning on the tires a little bit, which I was super proud of because I had never been able to do that. Here, I think there's a wreck. Oh, yep. Started using props. I had like 3 Brad Keselowski cars like that because my parents kept buying them. So I destroyed one of them and got some props. Now, it's totally against my morals to destroy a diecast, but I needed some props and I wanted to be creative with it, so why not? I made a red flag here. I'm going to skip around. This is a little bit more creativity. I made oil come out of this car, I think. Yeah, I did. I thought that would be cool. Which it was. I liked it. I was trying to do different things. I'm going to skip this commercial here because that's pretty embarrassing. Go back and watch that if you'd like to make fun of me for it. I believe Tony Stewart won this race. It was Johnson making it 3 wide, but not completely out of context. There's featuring my finger. I only let Jimmy lead a lap. I was like, oh, he's about to win. I can't let Jimmy win. That wouldn't be fair. I thought I did this very well. Wait, I think hold up. I predicted Tony Stewart and Denny Hamlin at Sonoma. Look. I predicted it. Remember? Oh, I so predicted it. Dude. I predicted that. Nice. Did I even make Tony Stewart do a burnout? Oh, he did. Okay, that was short and cute. Now, this video is a big trip down memory lane. I tore this track down eventually. There are pictures on Instagram of me tearing it down. This is what the new Watkins Glen was being built on, but this was my first ever stop motion on a big track like this. I never finished this race. I even had lights I eventually set up around it. This was when I really didn't have many cars to work with. But this was probably the most fun I've had making a race ever. Now the pictures were taken, but I edited this more recently. I edited this about 1.5 years after I took the pictures because I discovered if you speed up the frame rate a little bit, while it's a little hard to follow, it makes it look much smoother. At the time, this track was really impressive, but now when I look back on it, it looks kind of junky. Stop motion looks a little too fast, but nonetheless, I was proud. I was proud of a lot of things back then. Now things are too high standard. People expect too much. Here's with me not liking Joey Logano again. At the time, that was actually a Kurt Busch diecast. This was a spin. Now, that's a replay, but the fun thing about that is I didn't know I could copy and paste pictures at the time. This was an accident. And I actually had to redo the entire clip. I'm going to skip to something later. This is a compilation of old stop motion, by the way. This is it becoming night. As you can see, it gets a little darker. Actually turn it into a night race almost, as you saw at the bottom. Now, this was cool. I used these for the Sacramento track that I was talking about. That became something really cool. And I don't remember why I didn't finish this race. I just did it. This is the last shot right here. And then I did this. Little silly race because I was bored. Cars wrecking each other. I made these guys wreck each other. Because no, I can't let Jimmy Johnson win. It wouldn't be fair. I'll let him finish second, but no, he can't win. Let Danica Patrick win. That's not rigged, is it, guys? Now, this is some really old stuff. I totally forgot these existed. And unfortunately, I never did anything with this, but I was lucky because I found these about a month before the hard drive on my computer died. And I was really happy that I had found these because if I hadn't, then they would have been gone forever. Now I can keep these and basically reminisce. Did I let Jimmy Johnson win this? Did Jimmy win this? I don't believe so. No, he didn't. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won. Now, this is a cheesy little thing because at the time, these were my 2 favorite drivers. I don't particularly care for Dale Earnhardt Jr. anymore. Like him, it's nice to see him do good, but I'd much rather see drivers I like do good. I don't hate Dale Jr. I like Dale Jr., just letting you know. In no way was this inspired by WWE Cup Series NASCAR parody. At the time, I had no idea that was a thing, and let me just be the first to tell you, it is much better made than this, because let's just look at the age difference and experience difference. This was a long time ago, too. These were the only two Lionel cars I had. That's that. Go to the next video. I did a couple of these. These are little short 7-second videos of wrecks. I was pretty happy with this. Wasn't that impressive. Now this race received great reviews from a lot of people. This was actually a little more recent, believe it or not. This is when I still had the free version of Bandicam in my old computer. Unfortunately, my old computer ruined this race. Now, this is the track known as Arlington Motor Speedway. This was before I gave it... I'm going to turn the volume down because I think you can hear the commentary. It's super loud. But this was the first race I uploaded with commentary. I eventually added a lot more to this track. I added the casino and resorts. I made the infield very much more detailed. I added banking. I repainted the track surface. I basically gave the track a whole fix up, and now it's pretty outstanding for made out of cardboard, hot glue, tape, and some cheap paint. No, I'm not. This isn't really old videos anymore. This is a little more recent. This was one of my more recent stop motions. This looked so much better in the Movie Maker. Just saying. Of course, this is my first time I tried to make a tire go down and make it look believable. These logos rest in peace. There is commentary going on. I just have the volume turned off. Now, usually I do an actual commercial, but here, excuse me, here I was just too lazy to do an actual commercial. So here's what I did. Blah blah Arby's, blah 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 Fila, eat at Taco Bell, la la la, la la blah, Gatorade, Powerade, Monster, la la la, Mucinex, D something X. Yep. Didn't do a lap counter, probably should have. I think there's another wreck up here. Start to make Jimmie Johnson do good, but that would just make too much sense. I believe that he gets damage from that and has to go down pit road or something later. This was fun to do. This was also a big pain in the rear to do. Yep, he does go down pit road later for that. I believe I do a pretty large wreck eventually here. No, it's just... Alright, more commercials. La La Blah Lowe's, Home Depot, OxyClean Tough Stains Out, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, can you feel it? Okay, yeah. Taste of Coca-Cola. Did the finish. I made a big wreck right here because what's a race without a big wreck? Wait for it, and boom. I was pretty proud of this. Thought I got the crash physics pretty good on it. It went by a little faster, but by the way, I had the 24's Chase Elliott for this. That's why I made him overcorrect. Had it been Jeff Gordon driving, I probably would have let him not wreck. It's only right for Tony Stewart to hit a rookie, right? I was really proud of how I made the cars go up and get some air when they hit the wall. I was happy about that, even though I did it completely wrong. This is the finish, I believe. This is the last lap right here, white flag. Yeah. This is the white flag, yes. And I did not let Jimmie Johnson win this race. Again, eventually, if I do something, I will try and have Jimmie Johnson. I'm waiting for Jimmie Johnson to win one of those NR 2003 races so I can say he's won something on my channel that isn't completely biased and totally based off of luck. Doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. Here I do get Austin Dillon's burnout, but I get the replay, and I was supposed to have results here, and the video just awkwardly cuts out. Now, here is something never before seen. This was on the new Arlington. This was a teaser video that I made that I put it on YouTube. As you can see, the title in the top left, FCS Season 1 Race 1 Test Video, lap 1/3 of 10 6, 14, 16. This is when I started this. This was June 14th. I never finished this. Of course, I was forced to move that. It's not like I was getting much done anyways, but I was also a test with a new feature, or not a new feature, a feature I just found out about. Apparently, YouTube was able to automatically smooth out your videos. So keep in mind, these are all with pictures. I thought it looked pretty cool. This is all pictures. I was just holding down the picture button continuously. It was cool how they smoothed it out here. I could have taken smoother pictures to make this look better, but I think it was... I thought it didn't look realistic, but I still think it looks a little more like a camera. You'll see the stop motion quality is much better in this. This is still with my old computer. Now here's where I don't like it. This tried to smooth it out and make it go with the cars, and it's kind of hard to look at. Like, it's really hard to look at, but you're going to see a flyby here. I was really happy with the way this looks. This race was going to be great, but I never finished it. So, that is it for reactions to old videos, aka half-old videos, more me reminiscing to when I have fun. As you can see, this was the dark period right here. This to about right here. You see a lot of sidewalks and shadows. That is me not doing videos because my computer is dead. This was my most popular video here. I mean, a lot of good things have happened. Right about here, 37,865, 351.38 had a good stretch of videos. It shocked me. These did better than I thought they would. 42 views, 22. Then things got bad. 12, 11, 11, 6, 13. Then things got good. 46, 39, and they got bad. Got better. They got good again, and they got bad. And, well, these speak for themselves. It's not doing very good, but channels have dry spells. I'm not too worried about it. Things will get better. I'm still a small channel. Surprised I even lost subscribers, but I'm not worried. Nonetheless, it's been quite the adventure on YouTube, even though I haven't grown much. It's been a while since I've done stop motion. I might get back to it one day when I have more commitment and find a way to do it better, but as of right now, I don't see it happening anytime soon. If that's what I've got to do to entertain, then I might actually bring it back. Not as a series, but just as fun little projects. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed watching it, because technically I watched the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on whichever video appears to the left of this one next.